Photosynthesis is used by algae to convert solar energy into chemical energy. Oxygen is liberated as a byproduct and light is considered as a major factor to complete the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis occurs when plants use light energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Leaves contain microscopic cellular organelles known as chloroplasts.
Chloroplast is the site of photosynthetic electron transfer chain that converts absorbed solar energy into chemical energy, mainly for photosynthesis or CO2 fixation. The chloroplast is the most complex biological structure in nature.
Forming a continuous three-dimensional membrane structure consisting of stacked regions interconnected by unstacked regions.
There are factors affecting the process of photosynthesis, and they are: first, which is the light intensity, which increased light intensity results in a higher rate of photosynthesis. On the other hand, low light intensity results in a lower rate of photosynthesis. Thank you.
The concentration of CO2, the higher concentration of carbon dioxide helps in increasing the rate of photosynthesis.
And lastly, even though there are more, but last not least, pollution. Industrial pollutants and other particles may settle on the leaf surface. This can block the pores of the stomata, which makes it difficult to take in carbon dioxide.
Hello and welcome to our podcast session. My name is Azra, and in this session we're gonna talk about photosynthesis. I know that sounds boring, but we're gonna try to make it fun and less boring. Before we get into this session, let's meet our other members.
Hello, my name is Moni.
My name is Uma.
Okay, that's done. And now let's talk about photosynthesis. Let me explain what photosynthesis is for the people who don't know what the meaning of it. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plant and some other organism use sunlight to synthesize foods from carbon dioxide and water. Photosynthesis in plant generally involves the green pigment chlorophyll and generate oxygen by byproduct. Okay, so my first question is for Uma. Why is photosynthesis an example of a chemical reaction?
Well, photosynthesis is an example of a chemical reaction because it is a process in which carbon dioxide and water are combined to form glucose and oxygen. It is an endothermic reaction because it requires solar energy.
Oh wow, what a great explanation. So Monique, I want to ask you a question. Why is photosynthesis called a chemical reaction?
During the photosynthesis process, plants capture light energy and use that energy to make glucose. Another product of this reaction is oxygen, which is released as a gas.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, Uma, I have another question for you. Can you explain the reactant and product of photosynthesis?
Photosynthesis requires sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water as the starting reactants. After the process is complete, the photosynthesis releases oxygen and produces carbohydrate molecules and most commonly glucose. These sugar molecules contain energy that living things need to survive.
Azra, let me ask you a question since you have been asking us a question. What is the formula for photosynthesis?
The chemical equation or formula for photosynthesis is CO2 plus H2O, sunlight, C6H12O6 plus O2. This means that the reactant, 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 6 water molecules, are converted by light energy captured by chlorophyll into a sugar molecule and 6 oxygen molecules, the products. Okay, here is a question that I want to know. Monique, how to balance a chemical equation?
That's a tricky question, but here is how I do it. First, I will list all the elements in the reactant side, which consist of carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Then, I will list all the elements in the product, which are the same. After this, I will list how many are there in the elements. So, in the reactants, we have 1 carbon, 3 oxygen, and 2 hydrogen. In the product, we have 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, and 8 oxygen. To balance the reaction, we need to balance all the hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon in both sides. So in the reactants, we need to make the carbon 6, so we have to multiply with 1 and